Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live. I'm Tracy Shuchart, senior economist, and here's what happened while we were away. The U.S. State Department just announced it will not hold a second round of talks between the Lebanese and Israeli ambassadors this Thursday. Markets did not react on that whatsoever. Warsh is testifying tomorrow for the Senate. He did release a pre-prepared opening statement. Three things I thought that were worth mentioning within that statement. He said Congress tasked the Fed with the mission to ensure price stability without excuse, equivocation, argument, or anguish. Inflation is a choice, and the Fed must take responsibility for it. Two, he said the Fed independence is at its peak in the operational conduct of monetary policy. The degree of independence does not extend to the full range of its congressionally mandated functions. And third, the Fed must stay in its lane. That independence is placed at greatest risk when it strays into fiscal and social policies where it has neither authority nor expertise. So overall, I think the big takeaway is inflation is a choice, and the Fed must take responsibility for it. That seems to mean he really thinks that rate hikes or cuts can curb or curb inflation or keep it steady. We'll see the Fed's tends to be late on that, but interesting comments from him. Also, it sounds as if he is striving for Fed independence, which may not be exactly what the administration is looking for. We know that Bessent wants the Treasury to be more involved, and of course, President Trump wants the president to be able to dictate rates, essentially. Moving on, Bitcoin. Michael Saylor bought $2.54 billion in Bitcoin over the previous 7 days, marking the digital asset Treasury company's largest acquisition of Bitcoin since November 2024. The purchases made in the week ending April 19th were primarily funded through the sale of $2.18 billion of stretch perpetual preferred shares, and the remainder was financed through the sale of common shares. So Michael is still buying. Moving on, we did have markets moving earlier on Trump's comment. He said, we're highly unlikely he's going to extend the ceasefire with Iran. He said that they will not open up the strait until a deal is signed, and that Vance will leave for Pakistan later today. The market has kind of slowed to a crawl this afternoon after those headlines hit, but just be aware that when we have quiet day-to-days, the markets are a little bit more susceptible to headline risk. Obviously, anything that Trump may or may not say. So just keep that in mind. We might be in a kind of whole see and wait until we see whether the Iranians actually show up tomorrow in Pakistan or not, because they say they are not, but Pakistan says that they are. And then we also, as a reminder, are supposed to see the ceasefire agreement ends tomorrow. We'll have to see if they decide to extend that. I know Trump said that he is not going to, but, you know, he's welcome to change his mind at any time. And then quickly, just some notes on positioning in the U.S. Indices. So we've got positive momentum is building and pulling in more participants, obviously. U.S. equity CTA positioning has rebounded sharply from negative levels to a moderate long stance, according to our friends over at MenthorQ. The 5-day 0DTE pull-call ratio has flipped to its most bullish in 15 months, with retail volumes back above 10% of trading. The catch is the index. Actually, and I talked about this a little bit this morning, the index looks actually stronger than the internals look. The number of stocks above their 200-day moving average is stuck around 200 250 to 300, which is not really a strong confirmation for an index at record highs. Single stock vol and dispersion are elevated, suggesting equities have moved beyond the worst macro fears without it turning into sort of a broad-based rising tide rally. And the CBOE data show that SPX call skew has surged to around 90th percentile. Put skew has basically collapsed, in other words, and total options volume just hit a record. Dealer positioning remains meaningfully still in positive gamma, even if those holdings are smaller than before April's options expiration. Sort of speaks to the backdrop where equity prices can stabilize rather than accelerate, with megacap tech and AI-linked names acting as anchors. Not surprising, they got beat up most of this year, more so than the other sectors. And with that, I will send it off to Jim for an Edge report.
Thank you, Tracy. Well, let's take a look at the E-mini S&P where we left off in a late morning edge report. Not much has changed, to be honest with you. We have a pretty big volume kind of node here, high volume node, I guess the youngsters call it. 71.36 half, give or takes, point of control. It's lining up right with VWAP. And look at VWAP. Session VWAP just flatline. I mean, this is like just a flat line at 110 to 120 all the way since. We're kind of trading between that and the pivot point, which is a little bit higher here. But really, I'd put my rectangle up here around 71.43 and a quarter if I'm looking for a breakout to the upside. Speaking of breakouts, we have 23% of the time in the last 6 months have we had a double break of the initial balance on a Monday. We have the single break. We had it right away, but we couldn't get any traction above the top of the IB, and that top of the IB is approximately 71.58 half. So smaller probability we're going to get there. Remember, we almost got that gap filled, right? We missed it by a few ticks. I think 6 ticks totally. I'm talking about the RTH gap fill. The target there would have been 161 and a half. Didn't quite get there, but close enough for government work, so I'm saying it's a gap fill. I'm not going to read anything into that going into the close at this point in this point of the day. Let's pivot over to the Bitcoin though, because I was talking with Kevin a minute ago in the green room, and let's just go to a daily chart real quick on the Bitcoin, and it's a really nice chart actually, and I'll tell you why. You know, we hit a low here, a decisive low. I don't know, maybe Pax would call it a good low, right where my rectangle started here around 63,730. This is the futures market, everybody, with the swing low pretty far down, 62,205, and we went sideways, and finally we kind of started grinding higher right at the beginning of August, and this grind higher corresponded with the grind higher, the equity market. So if you kind of do a correlation chart between these two things, you'll see they're highly correlated move. Now, it wasn't as dramatic in the Bitcoin as it was in the equity market, but it still correlates nicely. It's still a nice uptrend, slower grind up, I would call it. We had that 8 EMA crossover the 21, bullish. We had that 8 EMA crossover the 50, bullish. We have the 21 trying to cross over the 50, right? It's converging. It's getting tighter. It's not there yet. So that's a good sign. We kind of took out and closed above this previous swing high here, and I have my rectangle at the bottom of the highest body of a candle. That's just how I do it, 74,745. But that target wick up here, let me give you the exact high target wick, 76,200. That's kind of where we're at right now. We're just one tick away from that kind of swing high right now. But we do have closes above my rectangle. So we have 4 closes above my rectangle. So that's pretty good. Looks a little resilient, a little bit of a pullback today. But we'll see. I mean, I'm as surprised as the next guy, to be honest with you. We do have a big Globex gap fill, though. We haven't even got close to filling that at all as well. But we are kind of tracking nicely. Look at the session VWAP, right? You know, kind of got to wait for after the Asian market to do their thing, but have a little bit of a perk, a little bit of a swing low here. You know, tested that session VWAP. Buyers came back, pushed us back up, had a decent opening range in London. We kept grinding up a little bit going into the U.S. initial balance. And we kind of went sideways there a little bit, kind of up and down, swing high, swing low. But then buyers found a little bit of groove here and pushed us up above that Jack's 1 level. And we're still above it, right? That's 21, there's 76 100. It's a weird number for a Jack's 1, but that's where it's at. Target above there is that pivot point, and that's it's approximately 76 910. Jack's 3 is at 77,000. Above that, there's targets as well, including call resistance up here at 77 500. So targets on the upside. Downside, point of control is pretty nice. It's right by that 1-day min, but for MenthorQ, a lot of separation between twice price and VWAP kind of gave legitimacy to this kind of breakout to the upside that we saw really just in this 10-minute candle. Nice kind of bump up here. Session lows are a little bit below that. Should things fall apart or we get some really crazy news coming out of where, 74 645. And then puts 0DT, put support is down here at 74,000. So that is the story of the Bitcoin. Surprisingly strong. We'll see if it keeps rolling here. We are ready for the main event to trade the close with 3 fabulous people I was able to hang out with this weekend. We have Joey, Nick Tick, and Stowe. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good
Jim.
afternoon.
Hey,
Good
Jim.
afternoon.
Man, it was fun hanging out with you guys this weekend.
Yeah, man. It was the best.
Yeah, it was a blast. Had an absolute blast, Jim.
I got to meet the famous Joey Morgan live.
You're the famous one, Jim.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
It's true. He is.
I'm just
Chat,
the old,
he is.
I'm just old enough to kind of, keep accumulating people. Oh, man.
So it's a numbers and time game. That's what happens.
That's all it is.
All
That's all it is. It's kind of like the volume profile, right? You need a lot of people trading price at the same, volume at the same price. And I got to interview Nick, man. That was fun. That interview was fun, Nick.
Yeah, that was a good one. I enjoyed it too. It was just before it started getting just a touch too hot.
I know. By the time Stowe got out there, it was like, oh, man.
It was cooking. I got a sunburn in like 45 seconds.
Well, okay, I started those at 9:30, and I went all the way to 1:30. And PAX was the second to last to be scheduled. And PAX sends me a text like 30 seconds before we were supposed to be on. Hey, I'm in a sauna right now, and I'm going to take a steam. Mind if I'm a little late? I wrote him back. I go, if you're not here in like 3 minutes, I'm going to come and wrestle you to the ground.
Holy.
He was doing everything humanly possible to be as hot as humanly possible. It was funny.
He's in the spa, and I'm out like turning into a lobster. Anyway, interesting day today, man. Monday, I don't know, risk on, risk off. Looks like a little risk off going on today. We have some movement in some markets. A lot of markets are relatively unchanged today, which is a little maybe not surprising given there's no news today and not that much drama going on with respect to the war in Iran, other than what happened over the weekend. So interested to see what you guys are thinking coming into the close today. Joey, let's start with you.
Yeah, NASDAQ is flirting with its IB low right now. We had a little bit of a chop session off the open there, it seems. A lot of wicks, a lot of ups and downs. Finally caused some selling pressure. Ever since we made that low, we're down there at like 568. We have just been seeing some buyers ever since, and we finally got back up to IB low. And so I'm waiting to see if we do want to hold this. Right now, we're ping-ponging up and down, above and below this IB low. So if we can find some strength here and hold, I will be favoring some longs back more into the middle of the range. If not, if sellers want to come back down, I wouldn't be surprised to see some lower movement. But right now, I'm eyeing that long side as long as we can hold IB low there. IB low on NASDAQ. ES is doing the same thing right now. It's flirting with its IB low. And so NASDAQ and ES both kind of in the same spot. I imagine if one gets above IB low, it might bring the other with it. So just kind of watching to see what happens there.
Yeah, did you notice there's a difference in structure a little bit between the NQ and the ES.
Yeah.
The NQ has a series, in my 10-minute candles, a series of higher highs and higher lows kind of ever since we hit the low of the day, whereas the E-mini S&P is kind of like stuck in the middle.
Yeah, it's sideways. It hasn't been making those higher highs, higher lows. It's kind of been sideways. So like I said, I imagine if one of them wants to break above that IB low and hold, I could see the other one going with it. So we'll just see which one's a stronger one and who decides to go, and I'll be favoring longs.
Very, very awesome. Stowe, what are you thinking, buddy?
Well, I have been long this 71.25 spot since it's the only trade I've really taken today. I got full size into it, and I have only 3 left. Something that me and Nick talked about in Miami was a common thing we do, especially on Mondays, is we make a really nice plan and then we totally forget those levels. So I actually drew my level on there, 71.25 and 26.640 were the 2 levels. Pretty much that was the first realistic pullback spot I wanted to look at on ES and NQ. Those had some buyers show up. So yeah, I am long. I don't know if we're going to revisit the top of this ES range or what anybody is up to. The interesting thing about the afternoon has been we have been getting these volume pops, these like quick velocity moments, but they are getting muted very fast. And I have a feeling this is probably SPX 7100 down here somewhere. It feels like it. I don't know if it is. I don't know if the gamma's in the room or not, but I mean, they're buying the piss out of it now, and they have been. So I don't know. I'm long. I just don't know if we're getting to the top of this range or not.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Well, you have a 23% probability of getting above the IB high.
I don't need all that, Jim. I just need 71.48. I'm not greedy.
It's pretty generous. All right, you can do it, man. Let's go for it. Sounds good, man. Thank you for that, Nick. What do you think about it?
Yeah, not a lot. I don't love this session. We're at a spot where I could see us reoffering. I'm short. I kind of hate it. So I don't know. I kind of wish I was short off the open. Where we are in NQ, I mean, it bounced exactly where you'd expect. Like this is stupid when it's like that simple sometime and you don't take this long.
Yeah.
Like, because it literally is like almost to the wick of like that high point from whatever that was, Friday or Thursday. Thursday's high basically right here. That little LVN on last week's structure. Like it's just sometimes that simple. I wasn't in the trade at that point. We just kind of retested that little LVN. I was kind of hoping we'd fall back down to last week's point of control, sitting right here at like 480s. But that's where everyone wanted to come back in and apparently buy just below the all-time high because that, we're never going to see lower prices ever again. So why let it fall back to the previous week's point of control to start the week? I don't know. So I'm looking short. It's probably not going to work out for me. I would love for us to retrace some of this just silly volume from last week just to get some better locations to look for longs. But as everybody knows, price discovery at all-time highs, my least favorite tape to trade.
Very positive outlook overall.
Yep. I'm pretty bearish, obviously, just overall in general for everything based on all of the goodness that is in the macro landscape currently.
Yeah, and the funny part is I am too. I'm with you, Nick, on that. And the worry, we have all these earnings coming out starting actually this week and then going through the Fed meeting next week. It's going to be peak earnings, and it'll be interesting because, I mean, it just seems like all these companies are issuing earnings that are beats and their stock still goes down. So I don't know.
Yep.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you for being here. Really awesome meeting you, seeing you guys, and then meeting you, Joey. Really awesome hanging with you guys. And I'm going to dip in the chat. Wish you the best of luck on your trades.
Okay, homie. Thank you, Jim.
Good,
Thanks, Jim.
Later, Jim. What's up, boys?
What's up?
What's up?
What's poppin'?
What's that?
How was y'all's flight back?
F-, Joey. F-. Yeah, this dude. I think I did because I streamed this morning. I forgot what happened today already. We get on the plane. Well, I had to go through Philly, so I'm in Philly. I get on the plane, and we're sitting there for like an hour, and I'm like, this sucks. I hate sitting on the tarmac. Nothing makes me feel like I'm stuck in a metal tube of death more than just being stuck on the tarmac and not moving. And the captain keeps coming on, and he's just like, we're trying to locate the guy who's in charge of hooking this up to push us off the gate. We can't seem to find him. And they couldn't find this guy for like 2 hours.
Wait, what?
Yeah. And I guess it was just like one dude's job, like to connect the airplane to the go-kart that pushes the airplane away from the gate, because the airplane can't go backwards. It needs pushed by the cart thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so this guy just noped out and like went to take a nap or something, and no one could find him for 2 hours. So we were all sitting there for 2 hours on the on the
That's
thing.
insane, bro. What the
But
heck?
the pilot came on every 15 minutes, and he was like, just want to make sure everybody knows there's nothing wrong with the plane. Everything is fine with the plane. We're looking for this gentleman right now. We have operations on top of this. I just picture him like sleeping on a big pile of luggage,
Oh,
taking a
my.
work nap. Yeah.
You know, he got fired. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't know. It was fine. How'd you guys do? I didn't stay up late or do any partying at all, so I was totally good. I had no downsides to my trips. Did you guys dodge them all?
I had a late night. Yeah. Wasn't bad though.
Yeah, it really wasn't. I'm good. I slept great last night.
I took
Since I don't sleep well in hotels, I just finally got a good night's sleep. It was
Oh,
great.
dude, me too.
I took one long Uber ride down to Pompano. I'm still in Florida right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm in Pompano, Florida. So Ubered from Miami to Pompano. I'm here until the 29th. So just hanging out, chilling. It's crazy. My wife and I, we had a vacation already planned here in Pompano for the 22nd through the 29th. And the NinjaTrader event happened to fall like the weekend before the vacation. So I'm just staying a couple extra days here in Pompano until my wife flies in on Wednesday.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, where's Pompano at? What
It's
part of
like
Florida is that?
Yeah. It's like depending on traffic, like 45 minutes north of Miami.
Oh, okay. So that's not bad.
Yeah, it's Pompano Beach. We're literally right here on the beach.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
So, nice little ocean view, if you know what I mean.
I also got home and it was 40 degrees here.
Yeah, it was cold for me too.
It's like,
Oh.
what the hell?
Like I walked out to where like the Uber thing is at DFW, and I was like, it was all shaded, and I was cold. Like as soon as I walked out, I was like, oh, it was like 48 degrees, and I was in like a t-shirt, and yeah, I guess I just had spent a little too much time in Miami.
Yeah.
All 36 hours of it.
Pittsburgh has a tendency to welcome me home like that.
There's no way. Did we just stop me out, and now it's gonna finally break? I don't know. This is like the slowest, most ugly tape. I hate this.
Yeah, this is not great. Like
I like it.
Well, I would like it too if I was long from like the week open, like I probably should have been. But you know, I was doing other things. I was helping Stowe.
That's true. Nick is helping me very much. Yes,
Yes.
so that's his fault. He's not in these.
I was literally at like 10 a.m. my time. I was doing several projects at the same time, as is tradition now with my trading. I took one scalp short this morning, caught, I don't know, like 40 points, and I'm just slowly giving it all back here.
There's two interesting things going on with the tape itself today. These weird pops that are not necessarily going anywhere, but still happening. And also a bunch of wrestling liquidity games. And the wrestling liquidity game on the way down was dude pulling further down as soon as we got to him. And that's, I think, what finally got us to puke into 71.20s. And now dude is doing it on the way up. And NQ was, for a moment, a double distribution day. And now it has turned into, I don't know, it's not quite a Gaussian curve. It's more like a Gaussian line, if that could be a thing. It's just kind of like a blah. So maybe we can get to the top of this range. Maybe.
Just maybe.
I mean, I don't know. The other weird thing is like all of this stuff that has been short as hell this whole way down, they didn't really get stopped out at all. So like as we came up here, this was not violent. Like what? So I don't know. Just from a observing point of view, this is a nerdy day to watch the tape because there's a lot of weird stuff going on.
It's been a very obnoxious day. And I really haven't done much. I've like watched this, and I guess I when you write a week long prep and then you write the daily prep both in the course of 12 hours and then you see the tape and you're like, this is just we can't even like sniff some of the levels that I'm watching and want to interact with. Like we're just gonna get nowhere close to any of it, and I just have to be, I guess, that patient all week. I don't know. My whole weekend was nothing but trading, where it never is usually like that. So now I guess I was just itching to try to get back into the markets since every day like the last since Friday I've just been doing nothing but talking about markets and talking about people who do nothing but talk about the markets.
It was fun though.
It was a great time.
That Kim and Danielle convo was wild. That was
I was just a waterfall of different emotions throughout that entire stuff. I was ready to keep buying because when sometimes the narrative is like that, it's just we keep going higher for a significantly longer period of time than I think everyone. It just gets more silly and more stupid than I think anyone's ready for. And then part of me was also like ready to go buy a bunker and stockpile and go out in the middle of nowhere. No, I'm somewhere in between today.
I did the same thing because I'm such a contrarian. Like I'm just every time anybody starts to talk and have a strong opinion about literally anything, I'm always like, okay, what parts of this are never going to happen because they can't.
In both of their defense, it was not like time horizon of this week. It was years and over the next like decade plus. I think Jem was even talking about for some of his trade thesis and ideas and perspective for where we're going. It's like a very, very long-winded next couple decades for our children, boys, that they will have to probably live with because we'll probably just keep kicking the can like our parents did.
Well, that's my plan, is to be dead before Mad Max happens, and then she's on her own. So
here's the thing. Maybe it's just I'm an idiot. I weirdly have the perspective like in a like post-apocalyptic Fallout like world, I weirdly think I would do well.
Oh, you'd be good. You'd be fine.
I think I would be one of the old people in that life. Like I'd still somehow be living for years and years and surviving, and I think I'd do well in that environment. My wife, however, knows for a fact that she's dead like day 2.
Oh, same. I mean, I can barely like, dude, if the air conditioning's not right, I get, a little grouchy, you know what I mean? So I can't live like that.
Let's hope we never get there. No Mad Max life.
No. Let's try to avoid that at all costs.
I tell you what, all my kid's doing is gymnastics and watching cartoons. So I don't know how well she's going to do either. She's going to need to start figuring some stuff out. I don't know. What do I need? Like, do they make like survival courses for 6-year-old girls? Can I send her survivalist camp?
We want Thunderdome!
That's right, Master Blaster. Exactly. One of the biggest takeaways from that conversation was like they kept saying this over and over, but it's like the market is not the economy, which is true. But it's really important to remember that. And the other thing that Jem kept pointing out was like in real terms versus what like this means with inflation and everything baked in, like these are two separate things. And he was going back over like the space of like all of time and space pretty much that the market has existed. And like, well, in real terms, the market actually went down this versus what it was perceived as this. And I was like, wow, that was a mind blow.
Yep. And then you, me, and Farm having the discussion of like, he just gave us an out for any bad prediction you could ever make for the rest of your life. You just got to put it in nominal terms or in real terms or whatever time horizon that makes possible sense or makes the prediction more accurate.
So why didn't this 740 guy get stopped like at all? We just peaked right above him and nobody was there.
Oh,
is that why?
This is just like annoying. God,
You see what I mean?
that's like 30 points and like for no reason.
Yeah.
Just a quick little whipsaw.
No kidding, dude. Just straight it down and then popping it right back.
Did anyone have fun today? Has
What?
everyone had a good time? Chat. Good afternoon. Good morning.
Good evening, wherever you are in the world.
Yeah, so many weird liquidity breaks like on both sides today like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a tough one today.
I don't like it.
No.
Nobody else likes it. Nerd Man doesn't like it. Donkeys isn't like that. But the Don's Keys. You got to understand, dude. Your name is very close to the Donkeys. So.
Yeah, I think I would have read that donkeys too. I'm like looking at it and that, yeah, my brain is like trying to make it just be donkeys.
No good for Frank, for Firmament. All right. It's okay. I'm still having a good time watching this nightmare.
That was a hate seller.
It was so, I mean, it felt big because we haven't really moved that much, but it was like, it was so yeah, that was like a 6-point sweep, but we really just came down and hit these highs with it again, and it immediately got bought back up. I just don't.
Just very whipsaw.
Yeah.
That's really what it was.
You didn't put a stop in yet? Well, Marvelous shows 3253. You should consider that you can put your stop in when you put your order in. Because you should always have your stop in first if you're one of those leg people legging into stuff. That way you don't get got, you know what I mean?
Nobody wants to get got.
Mm-mm.
Getting got is not fun.
Oh, someone has a possibly inappropriate question. Let me read this. Are traders on this stream actually employed by NT? Oh, I can't read this. No, I mean, no.
No.
Why would you ask this question?
we are not employees.
No. But yeah, we trade our own loot and our own prop firm accounts, which is purchased with our own loot.
Yeah, we all just do our own things and our own monies.
Yeah.
We're like
Trade
pirates.
live, trade prop, trade live prop, all of the above.
We're pirates on the internet.
Yes.
Just your friendly neighborhood traders, you know?
Next time before I read a question, I'm going to read the whole thing and before I decide if I'm going to say I'm going to read a question. That's probably a better bet. You're welcome, Shuhari. They're not going to let me get to the top of the range. I got too picky for that last 1.5, didn't I?
Yeah, looking like they're going to try to come down on NASDAQ, might come down and retest IB low here.
Yeah, there is a little node there at 720. I'm not going to buy it, though. I'm just going to sit in this one trade all day, I guess, is my destiny. Yeah, but which point of control method, man? I mean, even before, I mean, if we zoom into this, we can see like the delta, the amount of offer lift at 71.37 was nuts. Like this was so much iceberg madness down here. Because before this, I think this looked more like a double distribution day. And now we've just left this kind of, I mean, whenever a slope is like this with the ledge on the bottom, this is technically like a bearish shelf up here. I don't know. We'll probably just fill this fat thing out. That's my guess. That's my volume profile. Magic. What's it called? Magic ball? Why can't I? Crystal ball.
Magic ball, that's fine.
That's my magic ball.
Close enough.
All right, magic ball. Fair enough. Thanks for giving me the break on that, guys. Tracy said that call skew is now outweigh and the put skew has been decimated. Call skew now dominates, and we're still in positive gamma territory. So, question for both of you. Does that mean that nobody has puts anymore? And does that also mean that dealers are still hedging to the upside at the same time because we're in positive gamma territory? Do either of you know enough about gamma to explain gamma to me?
Are you asking me to? Do I look? You were just in a room with like the guy that could have explained all of this to you.
I didn't want to bother him.
Yeah.
He's a really
Like,
busy guy. He's way too important for
is.
me to talk to, dude.
He is, but he knows all about those flows and what the dealers are doing and all the other words that are too smart for me to really understand. So I just keep it as simple as possible and be like, okay, so that's a line on this chart that I can auto put. So that's all I need. Okay, is that overlapping with another piece of MGI that I look at? Great. Maybe I should watch there for a potential entry. Beyond that, Godspeed to anybody else that's using and trying to understand those levels. I need it as caveman simple as this is a horizontal line in which some options thing that I don't understand is also lining up with maybe the week open. Maybe it's the quarterly pivot. Maybe it's just something else. But that's how I use it. But no, I can't explain the window of weakness to you.
All right.
No, I'm not an options trader, so never touched them.
Joey, I haven't traded an option in many years, and today I tried to trade an option for the first time in 1,000 years. I wanted to buy.
How'd that go?
Well, I started, So I started on the thing. I was like, okay, I remember this. I'll load up the app and I'll find the thing. And I used to look at options constantly and know all kinds of things about the Greeks and what they meant. And when I looked at that chain today, it was like, it looked like I'd never seen one before. It was so crazy.
Really?
So I didn't end up buying it. I was going to try to buy this aluminum spread. And yeah, I chickened out. Best way I could put it. So I don't know what to do with this loot I deposited, Nick, but I didn't want to buy the thing today.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, they're not just for fools, Kimberly. Some people know what those things do.
All right, NASDAQ did come down and test its IB low there at 715, currently trying to catch a bit off of it, but we are retesting IB low. Back below that, I mean, I don't know, this all just feels so choppy. If we can't hold IB low, I mean, I imagine we're either going to chop down here in this range or maybe see some lower action.
Chi-Town says, which order flow labs indicators do you use on your NT charts? And did you experience slowdown after I added OFL? No slowdown for me. Actually, I was surprised that my laptop was able to run everything I had. No, what I'd done in the past is I'd made different workspaces for travel, but I didn't have time to do that this time. So I just ported over the workspaces and templates and just hoped and prayed. And yeah, it ran them great. I don't have that good of a laptop. I mean, it's not terrible, but For the most part, I have Delta Map, MGI, and the volume profiles. So I have 2 volume profiles, Delta volume profile and just the regular session volume profile. That's all I'm using. Nothing crazy. Joey, how was the Ferris wheel?
How was the Ferris wheel? No, the Ferris wheel was good. It was me, Tanya, Nick, and Jack. We all went into the Ferris wheel and did some rounds on it. Got some cool views.
Tanya actually conned us. We did not know we were going on said Ferris wheel.
Classic.
But that was a classic. Come walk. She had us all go on a walk from the hotel to the Ferris wheel. We assumed we were just gonna, hang out, go check out the shops and all the things around the market over there. And next thing I know, I'm being told that Ferris wheel tickets were purchased and we are all going and we have no say in the matter.
Well, Nick, low-key, I kind of knew we were going to ride it. Because
Jack and I did not.
Her and I had talked about it over breakfast. We were like, yeah, we should go ride the Ferris wheel.
I'm glad I was conned by you two.
You and Jack were conned. Yeah.
Yes. Jack and I were like ready to explore. There was a cigar lounge in there I was like looking at and was about to start talking to the guy. And then next thing I know, I'm on a Ferris wheel, friends.
Not a chance. Not a chance I get on that Ferris wheel.
It was fun, though. I mean,
0%.
It was actually, it had air conditioning. Like, it was pretty nice.
Oh, whoa. What? It had air conditioning?
It's about as bougie of a Ferris wheel I've ever seen. Because I'm used to the carnival where the guy probably watched a 30-second video on how to operate this thing and your life's in that person's hands. And it was installed by a bunch of people that are probably underpaid and out there in the sun. So I'm used to, worst case scenario county fair type Ferris wheels that I, to this day, will never go back on.
Yeah, the amount of sketchy county fair rides that I got on when I was a little kid.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah. Like the Ring of Fire thing was huge on that. I used to not be terrified of heights, but at some point I realized my own mortality existed and I just I can't bring myself to do it anymore.
Oh, I will go to the state fair in October here in Texas. I'm not going on certain things. The fair's gotten expensive and it's still like hot here in October at that time. So it's like if you don't go at night, which then it's just a zoo, it's just not that fun because you're just sweating and you're eating like hot fried food. They need to like push it back like 2 weeks.
See, I won't go to the fair and get on any ride. It's not happening. I'm too terrified. Now, I got on the Ferris wheel. I was cool with that. I felt better about the Ferris wheel.
Okay.
But any fair ride, you won't get me on. So if any of us ever go to a fair together at all, and at some point in our lifetime, just count me out. I won't do it. I will go play all the games. I'll go, all the scam games they have there. I'll go play all of them, but I won't do the rides.
My county fair is the best game. It's a pocket knife ring toss, and you can win like Rambo blades. They're still doing this where I grew up. Thankfully, BFE Pennsylvania is still giving knives away to children. But that's the best game. Paulo, didn't I tell you about this earlier? Paul, are you asking me the same question in the afternoon you asked me in the morning? Is this a trick? Here, I'll show you.
Yes.
So Stowe, how do you make your weekly plan? Great question. It's very, very stupid and easy. All I did was I came over here and for the first couple days of the week, I used the previous week's weekly VWAP band closes. And since we closed inside of the upper band, that's, like pretty extremely bullish territory. So for the first couple days, I'll watch the previous week's +1. And that just happened to be 71.25-ish. So what I did is I just went ahead and put that number on the chart. And then when we got down here, somebody was buying it. So then I bought it. So that would be why. NQ was not as good. NQ's number was 640, and we actually got below that for a second. So it became a toss up when I was long down there, but we've won the battle for now. Kimberly, I have my playbook on my YouTube thing, at least the beginning of it, but more videos to come on that. I pretty much just do the same thing every day, though, so I don't know how many more videos I can make about it.
More. I've learned you just need to keep pushing content, apparently.
Do I just make the same video over and over again?
Yeah, and then you repost it, I guess.
Oh, all right. That seems crazy. I don't want to do that. Maybe Claude will do it for me. Hey, Lido. Good to meet you, brother.
Rock, I saw your question there. What IB and OR indicators Joey and Nick use shown on screen? So I trade the IB. If you go into Trading View and type in IB first hour, see the name of it right here on my, well, in case you can't see it, but it's IB first hour in Trading View. You'll see me, my name come up, Jim Morgan 11. That's the IB indicator that I created and used for IB. It will actually be available in NinjaTrader here soon. We're getting it all set up for NinjaTrader. So you'll be able to use it both in TradingView and NinjaTrader, but it's called IB first hour.
Oh, sorry, Lido, not Lado. My bad. That's not a bad question. Okay, Joey, I'm going to ask you this question first. Are you prepared?
What question are we talking about?
Okay. How do you stay patient and wait? Lido was overconfident from their last week and hit their DLL today, trying to long all morning and was impulsive. So how do you manage transitioning from day to day and not carrying that baggage from that day over to the next one, I guess, is maybe a version of that question.
Yeah, there's a couple ways that you could go about that. There's the one side of the coin to where if you feel the baggage being brought over into the next day, that can be a day where you have the discipline to just don't trade, right? If you're feeling the emotions and the effects on the previous day, chances are you're going to come into this current day and make even worse decisions because you're feeling the emotions from a previous loss. And so if you're feeling that, the one side of the coin is to just don't trade at all, right? On the flip side of that is if you are going to trade and you do see one of your setups showing up, it's A+++, you're not taking any B setups, like this is the criteria for you to take a trade. It could be one of those days where you just size down even further, right? And don't trade your typical position sizing, especially if you're feeling edgy. The best option is just don't trade if you're feeling edgy. But if you're going to size down more and then and obviously take your trade, take your setup. But that's what I would do. But if you can just sit out, I would recommend doing that.
That's great. All good, all very good things. I back all of those things. Mr. Nick, same question.
What was the question?
I knew it.
I was reading something.
So Lido hit his DLL today. Remember Lido? We met him in Miami. Hit his DLL today and wonders what we do to stay patient. His big problem this morning was he was very overconfident being long from a good winning week last week. So he carried last week's confidence into today, and the market chewed him up a bit.
For, I guess, starters, we've all done it. That's
Yes.
That's something that I think every trader goes through or experiences. You need to just, honest to God, don't let it affect you. Learn kind of the state you were in going into the week. Like, why were you so overconfident? Why were you so fired up? And these are just things you start to learn about yourself and your own mental game as you're going through this. It shows you the raw version of who you are. I really think trading does. When you peel it back, it kind of shows your true self. So if you are somebody that tends to react and get overconfident or whatever it is, like, you just need to start keeping that a little more front and center and holding yourself accountable. And I mean, just something as simple as if you've had a good week, this is why I take days off. Or if you have been just absolutely killing it and you're feeling confident, like, just let the things develop. And I always say this too on Mondays. Stowe, I don't know if you're like this, but I tend to just dial it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I know, guys, like, I'm a structured trader. Like, I like to have a little bit of a perspective or structure for the session, for the week, before I just go guns blazing. So especially when we're in a situation like this, like price discovery at all-time highs, it's just going to be a little stupid. It may be a little illiquid at times. You may see some forced buying, some forced selling, just at some of these levels. So you just, for me, it always helps to really be looking for trades only at structural areas that make sense to interact with. I think it's just, you kind of need to take a breath.
That's very nice. Very nice.
And
we should all practice that with him.
Yeah, I think we all do. No, I've just been there. Like, shake it off. I guess it's gonna happen again, and it'll happen again, and it'll happen again. So, learn kind of why or how it happened. Like, if you took, here's the thing. I guess if you took 3-4 setups and you hit your DL and all of them were losers, and you didn't just kind of fire at the hip one after another, kind of re-entering back into the exact same trade again and again. Like, if you actually took 3 different setups that presented themselves and you hit your daily loss limit, it's the name of the game. That's just kind of the way it can work sometimes. That's statistics. You just happen to be on the wrong side of it, even if you have a high percentage, like, winning RR type strategy, whatever it may be. But if you're just kind of guns blazing, firing off the hip, or you entered like immediately 3 times off the open, hit DLL, I mean, you kind of know what you did wrong. So it's just structuring that. But if you happen to take 3 setups that were in your plan and you just happen to have all of them lose, I mean, that can just happen. And it sucks.
Yeah. Both
So
great
context
answers.
is everything.
I would say, yeah, I agree with that 100%. Lido, this is something that this was the primary hole in my game. Like a year and a half ago, I had to do a lot of work to plug this hole. So tilt, people talk about tilt. Tilt is a rainbow, in my opinion. There is loser tilt and there is winner's tilt. Winner's tilt is sometimes much more of a pain in the ass because you don't feel bad while you're doing it until it's already backfired on you. And part of the anticipation, especially when I started to have like my first good, I know we talked about this too, like you had a really good week last week. When that started to happen to me, that excitement level would build up just from having like finally done a really good job, after working on this for years. And that excitement then carried over into my actual execution, which if you're doing it right, you should be a cold-blooded MF while you're doing this. You should be the same ice water veins every time. Now, that's not reality, but you should strive for it anyway. So yeah, winner's tilt exists. Mm-hmm. You got to figure out how you felt today. And then next time you feel like that, you got to take a step to not make the same mistake again. And that's pretty much it. So like, congratulations. You found another weird way that the market messes with your brain. You're welcome. Join us. And yeah, that's it. But happens to all of us.
There you go. 3 answers. All solid.
Well, this is another good one. And actually, Boone the Trader. So this is something that Pax sat me down about on Saturday. So Boone the Trader says, how do you guys manage take profit partials, like taking partial profit? I feel I'm too discretionary with it. Sometimes I take too early, and sometimes I round trip. I've been round tripping 80-plus point trades on NQ, and most times I take them too early. Yeah, this is hard, by the way. I'll go first since I made you turkeys go first last time. It's a struggle for me, man, because it's like you want to you want to maximize the entry that you have. And one of the things that Pax told me, he told Nick the same thing too. And he's like, you guys get really good entries. You're just managing your profit, in front of where you should be a lot of the time. You have to let your trades work for you a little better. And that's a challenge for me because I see those trades come back at me a lot, especially what have we had? We had like 2 months of a bracket market. All trades did was come back. Yeah. That we were in a box. We were in a box for 2 months.
Yeah.
I'm still traumatized from that box. So it's at the end of the day, you kind of have to decide like which one you want to be. Do you want to be the trader that lets winners run, or do you want to be more of a base hit trader? Right now I'm a base hit trader, and that caps my opportunity level in a lot of ways. But I know that I need to be a base hit trader right now because of where I'm at in life and in my trading journey. It's a little easier for me to exist right now and keep learning and keep growing as a base hit trader. So you got to figure it out for yourself, which one you want to be. Do you want to get 400 points and get round tripped 80% of the time? Or do you want to get 30 points and watch your trade keep going without you 80% of the time?
Yeah. I would say, so I'll offer a little bit different perspective here. I'm kind of, well, first, I'm kind of like Stowe. Like I'm an all in, all out type of trader. There are occasions to where I will trail, but sometimes like how I look at it is I like to take a step back and just ask myself, like, what's my job as a trader? Like, is it my job to catch the entirety of a move, or am I looking to get a piece of the market, that I can? And I always come back to landing on, I don't need to catch the whole move. I'm completely happy with just taking a piece of the pie, right? And so if that means being all in, all out, great. If that means if I am going to trail, are my profit targets going to be smaller and more conservative? Maybe. But I think it's just like, what do you want? What do you feel like best suits you as a trader? Because if you think about it, like every single one of us, we all have a different, I call it like a trading personality, right? We have different ways, different trading that matches us and who we are as people, right? Now, are you one of those traders that feels comfortable with catching a much larger move? If that's you, then you just have to find and hone in on processes that help you catch the entirety of a move that you feel comfortable with on take profits, right? If you're an all in, all out type of trader like I am, what does that look like being an all in, all out? Like, am I aiming for 15 points? Am I a 20-point all in, all out trader? It's just, for me, I want to catch a piece of the pie. And for me, that's like 15, 20 points. And I'm happy with that. I don't need the whole move. I don't personally feel like that's my job to catch the whole move. It's my job to catch what the market's going to allow me to. And that's kind of my take on it. I don't know. What about you, Nick?
With partials?
Go ahead. Pax gave you the same speech. I want to hear how you feel too.
I know. Pax and I had a talk about this, and it's, I guess the theme of this, there's a reason Pax had the conversation with Stowe and I about this, and it's what that means is, as good of a trader as sometimes I am, I still have a lot of things that I'm trying to work on. And for me, I worded to him, and I think he was also phrasing it as like, this is how you guys kind of take that next jump as a trader, is doing this a little more effectively. So I'm not great at it, to be honest. And part of it is I just have bad habits, and it comes from a place of I guess just the way how I measure myself. Like a good way of how I always measure, how I've been measuring myself as a full-time trader is, am I producing and making enough money to replace my 9 to 5, my old job? So for me, if I'm doing that every day, if I'm having, good trade that nets me $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, 10, whatever it is in a session, and I know that averages out over 52 weeks a year, then I clearly am doing something right. But the problem is I'm potentially leaving a lot of money on the table. And we had talked about this, but my biggest fear, and I think for my mental game, is like having a big trade. it come all the way back to scratch me out at break even when I could have historically, by my standards, like just exit for $1,000, $2,000 or whatever, 50 points, 100 points, whatever, instead of actually trying to catch. I guess weeks like last week, if I changed that mentality, and I did this, I had several like simple longs last week that were 50, 60 points, and I was all in, all out, full size, three lots, 1 lot, 5 lot, whatever. And those could have easily turned into some game-changing type of holds. You guys know I've been bullish since 23K. It'd be nice if I was still holding a couple runners and micros with and maybe there's something in the future I'll get good at doing, because Ninja will have the converter thing that'll make my life easier. Hopefully, just to if I'm in a couple minis or I'm down to 1 mini, let's say, convert it to 10 micros, and instead of trying to cover it at the end of the day, like maybe I'll just hold a few of these overnight and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Just things like that. I think part of it is just I historically had traded it in a way for props, which is like you trade. That's how you kind of have to trade props. You kind of need to take the money off the table. You need to lock it in. You need to grow your drawdown, where a personal account, a cash account that you're paying yourself from, it doesn't need to be like that. So still working on it.
This is also another example of like, this is another part that messes with you that like nobody's ready to face. There are so many parts of the market that just like show up and you're just like, I didn't even know it would be a problem. But you get thrown these tiny little like challenge quiz things all the time. Like, did you manage your profit correctly? Are you capping your upside? What's the difference between staying consistently profitable and capping your upside too much? Is there a line? Are you walking that line in a good way? So yeah, and it's not just about like getting your setups down. Eventually you get to this part of the mountain, and then I'm sure once I get across this part of the mountain, there's an even more annoying part of the aggro crag on the other side. So any Global Guts fans, you guys like that show? I always wanted. What? How old are you, Joey?
36.
You should wait. You've never seen Nickelodeon Global Guts?
No, I was.
Where they climb the aggro crag? Nick, you?
What? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
Oh my God.
So let me ask you something. Did you get outside?
No, I told you it's 40 degrees here. Or do you mean, when I was a kid? No, certainly not.
Did you ever get outside as a kid?
Absolutely not. It's dark and gray and snowing here constantly. All I had was TV and video games, Joey. Thank you. All right, the chat's backing me up. It does exist.
Are they sure?
Yes.
Wait, what was it called?
It was called Global Guts. It was like a bunch of kids competing, and at the end, it was like a athletic game show, and at the end, they have to climb the aggro crag.
Oh, wait. Nickelodeon Guts. Oh, yeah, I remember that tower thing, that rock wall, whatever looking thing.
And you get to go home with a piece of the aggro crag. Every kid wanted that.
Yes. I guess I never remember this was called Guts.
There you go.
I guess I'll say this.
I do remember this.
Okay. Woo! Got nervous. I got sucked into the upside down for a second.
Like Kids American Gladiators. Yes.
Yes. There you go. Perfectly.
Stranger Things reference. I got that one. My wife made me watch the entire thing of Stranger Things.
I loved it.
I never finished it.
You should, man. Last season's good.
My problem is I just don't know when I have time to watch these things.
That's
like
fair.
if the wife's not into it, then I literally have no window. I feel like
I did that one on Christmas vacation or like New Year's, Christmas time. There was nothing going on.
The crazy thing is if there's a conversation about a TV show or a movie in any time period, doesn't matter. I'm probably out of the conversation just because I don't really watch much TV shows or movies.
All right.
I'm usually out of the conversation when it comes to those things.
Fair enough.
But I will say, like my wife wanted me to watch Stranger Things, and I was like, I don't really want to sit and watch an entire however many seasons of Stranger Things, and
It's a lot.
And I was like, I don't really want to do it. And then I started it and I got immediately addicted to it. And I just kind of binged it with her. And yeah, and here we are. But yeah, usually I'm out of the conversation on these types of things.
I'm just making Silicon Valley references to basically no one right now because no one remembers that show but me and Nick and XY. It's so good.
I had it on I guess Saturday, whatever. Yeah, Saturday night as I was like washing up and like getting
Okay,
ready
cool.
to go to sleep after I left the bars, and yeah, I was just laughing to myself.
Oh,
So
also,
good, so relevant.
you remember the chat told us that Ehrlich got canceled and that's why he left? That's not what happened, by the way. He just left because he wanted to go back and do stand-up. So he wrote himself off the show. He was not canceled. I wanted to make sure to clear that up with you, Nick, because I know we talked about that.
Why? What was it? What's that guy's name?
AJ, it's like TJ.
TJ Miller. Yeah.
That's it. Yep. Trace commas. That's right. There was a Pied Piper coin. That's ridiculous. That makes sense, though. Oh, man. If I knew how crypto worked, I would have bought that. Dude, we're getting to the top of this range.
You think?
Yep. I do.
I don't know. To be honest, I was kind of eyeing up a short, maybe in this mid 40s.
I like this so much. We're just grinding right now.
Yeah, this is like the most algorithmic looking drift upwards in a while. Like just following some EMA or something ridiculous.
I'm sure you're right. There's probably a squiggly line right here. You're right.
There's always a squiggly line.
That's also true.
I can't believe we are not going to visit 420 on 420 day.
That is sad. You're right. We could have gone down there. Maybe we can go to 7420. Don't forget about the 420s above, Nick. We don't have to go down to see one.
That is true. 27,420 is equally as probable based on the regime.
It's disgusting.
I hate
Nobody
this.
hates this. Everybody hates this thing. Yeah, man. Yeah, Yins might want to buckle up for the summertime. Just throwing that out there.
What did I do? A month of heavy PA and then this. I hold you personally responsible. I mean, I was bullish at 23K, but I did not think we were going to do the hold my beer in the course of 10 days or whatever that we have done.
Yeah.
It was a very big beer.
I mean, if you look at that on like a 4 hour, it looks just silly. The daily looks ridiculous, especially with that lockout gap up.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I think somebody, maybe it was Craig or somebody else, was saying like we're not far off. Maybe it was Jem. I don't remember, from CTAs and other folks that are like have to be to add fuel onto this and be forced to start buying, which I assume they would have already had to do, seeing we're at all-time highs. But maybe they need to get a little higher before they have to officially buy and chase. And then don't worry, as is tradition, all of our 401ks can go ahead and buy the all-time high too at the end of the month, probably.
That's important.
That usually is very, very important. And then right into probably what is going to be a classic seasonality driven sell in May and go away. So we'll buy, and then we'll start May, and we'll probably just start drifting lower, and we will have bought at the all-time highs again in our 401ks.
You know what I do instead of a 401k or a Roth IRA now? I've changed, since that always kept happening to me. You know what I switched to?
Just hiding cash in the bunker somewhere? Gold coins?
Close. I do Kohl's Cash instead.
Kohl's
I go
Cash.
I go straight to Kohl's, and I just flip everything into Kohl's Cash. Anything I was gonna try to invest in any way. I asked him to print up like those oldie timey gift cards too, like the not a gift card but a gift certificate.
Kohl's is interesting.
Okay, you got a
for
Kohl's
some
opinion.
reason. Something they just let me like stack promo codes and then were giving me Kohl's Cash and like suddenly
Yes.
I literally got a hand mixer. Mine had like finally broke, and then the one I was looking up because I was trying to compare like Walmart to Amazon and other places. Kohl's came up and it was already like $20 cheaper than anywhere else. And then I go to the website, I get to add a promo code, and then if I spent like another $10, it gave me like $20 in Kohl's Cash. So I just stacked all this thing and got like $120 stand or hand mixer for like $45.
That's
and then
awesome.
I got the baby got a toy too, because that was the extra thing I needed to get more Kohl's Cash. And then they sent me another $10 in Kohl's Cash like after it got delivered.
I'm telling you, man, Kohl's Cash is pretty cool. You can get into a bunch of weird loophole stuff.
Yeah. So clearly
great.
there's nobody on the e-commerce team that's not preventing you from like stacking coupons, because that was a
Well, don't
I
tell the white
understand
van.
how they're like, dancing around bankruptcy and things at times. I get it now. It makes perfect sense. Yes, the Kohl's Cash is going to be the currency that nobody expects the apocalypse to actually use.
Like instead of bottle caps.
Yes,
from
it's going to
Fallout,
be just
it's-
like printed out Kohl's Cash that still exists. That will be because there's only a limited amount at that point.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's good. That brings me joy. Oh, thank you guys. Oh, Shap, I can't give you the net
No.
of the Gem and Danielle conversation. I wish my brain was big enough to do that for you, but I can't. They did record it. It's gonna exist.
I'm sure. Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that. I'm sure they have to produce it in some way, but it will be out there, and it was awesome.
It was great. There were two very, very smart people giving, pretty amazing, like long time horizon perspectives on just the state of the world economy, not only the US, but lots of interesting, thought provoking discussion during that session.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff that like you might not think about. It's just big, just economic factors in general, like how many people are alive that were a part of this kind of economic structure, and as they get to this age, and these people that are this alive turn into the political age, and like just the different times that the politician generation is this. And whenever that flips around, what new challenges is that generation bringing with them that they had to go through that they're going to try to repair? And what's the generation leaving them to work on? Yeah, all kinds of stuff that I don't spend a lot of time thinking about, but it was cool. It was very spicy. Yeah. It was also
got a little
great.
spicy.
It was great TV is what I would say. I was watching that and I was like, this is good TV.
I had to get up and get another drink.
Tracy was pumped. I was right behind Tracy while she was watching it, and she just kept going, this is awesome. This is awesome.
So good. That was a fun weekend.
No, Fractal, we already established I'm not going to make it into the apocalypse. I'm going to be the first to be eaten or whatever's going to happen.
And speaking of apocalypse, we started watching Paradise.
Is that about the apocalypse?
I mean, I don't know. We're like halfway through the first season. They're like living in a cave in a bunker that's like an illusion of the world, but like everyone else is pretty much, I think, dead.
Whoa, okay.
Allegedly.
All right, I got to
they're-
start that.
It's not bad. I've
Okay.
kind of enjoyed it. Some of the episodes are slow, but it's been pretty good so far.
Well, you guys guilted me that I hadn't finished Peaky Blinders yet, so now I'm in there, and I've got a ways to go.
I haven't
Peaky
watched the
Blinders
movie
good?
yet. Yeah.
Yes,
I haven't seen it yet.
It's that was not a spoiler. They talk about it like it's a thing in like the first episode. Like, so no, a first episode, me saying it's like the apocalypse, but you don't realize that until like 40 minutes in. I mean, that's not a spoiler. It's episode 1. That's not a spoiler.
the biggest spoiler we've ever had on this show is that Star Fox is in the new Mario movie. So sorry.
Yeah, but I
about
thought that I didn't think that was like a spoiler because Glenn Powell was doing like press. Like,
oh, really?
After the premiere. Yeah, after like
Oh,
premiere.
okay, cool. Never mind then. Okay. It was, I mean, I was surprised. That was so sick. My kid was so embarrassed. Nick, I can't wait till your kid starts saying, "Dad, can you please not embarrass me?" Because it is the most ridiculous feeling you'll ever feel.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that like 7-year-old to teenager phase where like she's probably going to think I'm just the most annoying human being alive for a little bit. And then when she goes to high school, she realized, no, dad was right. And he's actually great.
I mean, it's really fun. It's really fun being the embarrassing parent. You like when you hit that, when you strike that chord and you're like, Dad, it's like, I did it. I did a dad thing right now. This is cool. I didn't even say a big pun, but I'm still embarrassing her. This is perfect. It could be as simple as saying hi to one of her friends at the bus stop. Like, don't do that, whatever you do.
Stowe is in fact in a trade. Yes, he is still long and he is feeling good.
Yeah, feeling great. Thanks for asking. I have let's check the old ledger over here. I have somehow managed to make $600 with 10 micros today off of a single trade, which is pretty weird. Pretty weird for the old Stowe. But
what's a couple micros with like 4,000 points? I'm just trying to like put myself through more pain of why I should be converting to micros than trades.
I mean, that's 20K if it's $5 a point on NQ, if that's what you're talking about.
20K a contract? No, divided by, okay, so it'd be like
No, it's 10K because it's $2.50 a point on NQ.
Got it. You're right.
Does that make you feel good or bad?
No, it doesn't make me feel good. It's like free money. That's why I'm building some of this stuff now, so I can like look at other markets and just throw a few micros on it, like not like the next 30-second type trade situations. Because everything else besides NQ and ES at times, like everything else just trades more normal and technically and two-way at times. But no, I just, and my eyes are locked in here. So I'm going to have my mad scientist developer and I continue to build my own little dashboard that I can hold myself accountable to actually use with my proprietary secret volume profile levels that, are very, very proprietary.
Oh, congrats, Shuhari. Shuhari's having a daughter. Good for you.
Congrats.
They're the best.
Welcome to hell.
I don't want to be.
Just
I don't
kidding.
want to be a boy dad. I'm just gonna throw that out there now. Like
Same.
I just want girls going forward. With any more kids we have, I just want them to be girls. Hopefully.
I'm a boy dad, so there's that.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
I think it's just like I've seen my friends who are like have little boys, and I'm like to the point now where I have this like perfect princess, and I don't want whatever that energy is in my life because it's different.
It's very different.
I'm very happy being a girl dad.
Boys,
so.
dude, boys will be boys. Like,
Oh yeah.
dude. So there was a day where we set my boy up in his high chair, and I left the room for literally like a few minutes and came back. He had found a way to get out of his straps, and he was standing on the table of his high chair. like legit just standing on it. And I'm like, what? How does this happen, dude? Like, how did you get out of your straps and from under your high chair table and you're just standing on it? Like it made no sense. I ran over there so fast.
That's great.
Yeah, I don't know how they do these things. Mine's like kind of getting into that defiant stage now too, where she's like doing that stuff, Joey, on purpose.
Yeah.
Like she's like waiting for me to make a reaction because she's standing on the coffee table suddenly. Fun stuff.
Mia has a question.
Crazy.
Mia's wondering if they can get some input. If they trade 2 contracts, should my first target be 2R so I can cover my risk? I always get one off for profit, but when I get stopped, it's 2 contracts, which hurts over time.
That's a loaded question.
Yeah, I'll go first. It's personal. You got to figure it out. Like what I think Joey said it earlier. You have to figure out what kind of trader you are and what kind of trading is going to make you feel good and which kind is going to make you feel bad. I figured out that my best trading is like a 52% win rate with a 1.3 profit factor. That's when I'm doing like my best trading. And I built a bracket around that potential. So you're just going to have to trade and figure it out for a while. That's what I think. I don't think any person can help with the sizing stuff.
No, there is no like secret sauce to something like that. The secret sauce is to find, how you are as a trader and where your comfort zone is. And just repeating that day in and day out. Again, like kind of like what I said earlier, like everybody has their own trading personality. And so you have to find what that is for you and then just rinse and repeat every day. I know it's not the direct answer you were looking for. It's just like there really is no direct answer to that anybody can give you.
Does it matter if you're a what's a Gemini?
I don't know.
If you Kimberly, if you could figure that out, why don't you should probably switch to moon phases as well. If you're going to do astrology, just go the whole way. Start doing moon cycles.
You might as well. Nick says that now, but wait till they're in their teens. Oh, no. See, I'm not worried about when that stage because even if there's like 2 at that point, like here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go out in the garage and just do things and they're not going to want to be out there. And then at that same time, I'm going to call Stowe. I'm going to call Leo, who at this same point will also have a teenage daughter or 2. And we can just, hang out virtually in the garage, all of us, and to not have those things, that energy in that moment around us. I'm just going to go out in the garage. My garage is detached, so there's no air conditioning. Nobody wants to be out there, even the dogs.
You should get like you need something to tinker with, like you need like I don't know. What do you want to do? Do you want to do like an old car? What do you want to restore? You need to be restoring something while you're out there.
There's plenty of things I can clean and do maintenance on depending on the time of the year in there.
No,
like
you need something like a pinball machine. You need some sort of weird
that we can do.
Okay,
we can find one. It'll be part of the plan when I redo the garage.
Yeah, cool.
And then actually, I think I would want to hang out in there after I do redo the garage and build my office, the new streaming studio eventually.
Yeah,
hopefully,
there you go.
Above the garage.
Oh, it's happening. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Let's get some pinball machines up in here. That sounds great.
Golf simulator, that just takes up so much space is the problem. Yeah. My house ain't that big.
Those aren't as cool as they're purported to be.
Plus, you guys are also drifting towards like, now this is a place like everyone wants to hang out in. Like it's a thing. Like,
oh, that's true.
Part of it is like you need to keep some lever of like, this place kind of sucks, and I don't really want to be in here because that's the point.
I hope they have skee ball. How many are there? How many clips can there be? Why
I don't know.
can't some get deleted?
They don't. You know what's funny? I think I just haven't said some stupid things, or we've just had so many fun new people that they've forgotten about me. So I haven't heard any new ones of stupid things that I've said that have been immortalized in a permanent sound clip of my likeness. Annoying. See, that's old. That's been there for a while.
Daddy's home.
That one's been there for a while. Now I said this, they're like Austin and Kevin are just gonna be like waiting for me to say something. Like, that's a good one. Let's get it.
Yeah, they're definitely on the clip button right now, waiting.
I just baited them.
Mm. It's tough not to bait production on a day this slow.
No, we would never do that. Well, we got to find ways to make slow PA days entertaining. Because price itself is not entertaining.
I know. We've moved the point of control up here on NQ. They haven't bombed the tape in either direction in a second, and there's still this guy at 49.75. Keeps adding. It's all I'm really looking for. Just go tick that open. 71.48.
When we started the stream, I think I short 724, and here we are still right around there.
Yeah.
This has been fun.
Oh yeah, we haven't moved at all.
No, this is glorious price action, friends. It's a Monday. Nick Stowe, what do you guys target usually? Swings? No, usually day trades. Trust me, I wish I was trading more on the swing time frame. I just got very much away from it. I did it in like 2021 and 2022, whether it be with like leaps or other long dated options, and I didn't really discover futures. Then I tried to start doing it when I discovered futures, but I was also an idiot and didn't know what I was doing, so those swings sucked. Yeah, because it wasn't based in reality. I was just like going by like my gut feel or something. And I did, which kind of how I started day trading too. It was very much like on like purely on vibes and not a lot of data or a strategy to back it up just yet, because I hadn't really learned order flow yet.
Yeah, I have no desire to do any of that stuff. It's too much. It's too much for me to think about. So yeah, I'll take a runner to the other side of the range for the day. Maybe like what I'm trying to do here, but yeah, that's it.
I think, yes. So just said it. So what are your targets? Swing high, swing low. Like he would have some aspect of an MGI structure. Even the old V range could be one of his fancy VWAP extension standard deviation bands.
Yeah.
Like whatever kind of the next area that somewhat makes sense to the upside or downside is usually what I target.
Yeah. It's just right here. This would be the next major piece of MGI. It's the +1 RTH VWAP band. It's the overnight high, the RTH open, and the OR mid on ES.
We're not moving, but like at this point, yeah, if you were short somewhere in like those 740, 720s and we broke this, you'd be looking hopefully for at least 660, like the value area rotation. But
yep,
we're not doing anything, unfortunately.
Chunky Bobo says some of you guys have really funny names. So how do you know if someone is keep adding on the same level? I don't know what you mean, but if you're talking about me calling out that 49.75 guy, that's just a bunch of this is just a bunch of resting liquidity that has grown over the course of, I don't know, the last hour I've been staring at this bit of the DOM. So, I mean, all you do is this number is going up. I don't know if it's the same person or it could be 706 different people. But it's just a bunch of people up there. And that also happens to coincide with, the value area high on ES, which if this is going to be a balanced day, which I don't know, I would imagine it is by the time we're done with it, they might go up and talk to that person up there. Who knows? Oh, yeah, sure. No problem. No problem. Crude's flat too. Is there anything that's moving? Hold on, let me check on this aluminum trade I failed to execute today. Let me see if it would have been good.
Not a whole lot happening anywhere.
Dudes, I love this sweater. Have you worn yours yet? This is nice.
No, I finally unpacked like early this morning, so
I'm still
I've
in
not put it
Florida,
on.
so I'm not going to be wearing sweaters.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Would have been good.
I did take a look at it. It looks really nice.
Rats.
Gold's not really doing a whole lot. Oil is not doing a whole lot. Oil is kind of hanging out above IB. Everything seems a little dead. RTY is trying to roll a little bit off its 50% extension level on the IB. But not much happening across the board.
Quite the tired, boring day.
Kimberly, you're saying crude's going to get to 160 soon. Soon?
Whoa.
That's quite the call.
That's a call.
If you thought that things could happen, I can understand why you would think that crude could get to 160. But as a member of the Nothing Ever Happens cult, I would consider myself a senior member of the Nothing Ever Happens cult. I've been in here for a very long time. I'm afraid that's not possible. So I will be your counterparty in that trade.
You're saying even if that starts to happen, eventually it will loop back to nothing actually happening and crude will return to orbit.
Yep.
Got it.
Well, thank you, Anstifa. I appreciate it. Occasionally I run into decent trade with my dumb brain every now and again. Oh, that was somebody is put a bunch of stuff in on about individual stocks. That was one thing that Jem did say that was interesting, is that in this gamma environment that we exist in now, whatever that means, whatever the regime is, where that gamma is a thing and dealer positioning is a thing and indexes being pinned is a thing, the correlations and individual names are where you can find some real edge. So you might see an index not going anywhere, but two pieces of that index are doing opposite things. And so one of the things he was saying was you may be able to find opportunity in smaller places, which also happens to coincide with the single stock futures that will be available on NinjaTrader shortly. I think they said really soon.
It was also interesting hearing him kind of talk about you know, with the, because you guys know, I'm absolutely the biggest fan of all of the vol compression that has happened in the last like 2 years, you know, or at least the last year for sure, since the fun that was Liberation Day times. But ever since then, obviously it's been dead. And we've had a lot of sections like that where when nothing ever happens and we barely do anything because the VIX is like -6. And then
Yeah.
suddenly something happens for about 2 weeks and it goes to like 40 for like a week and we have a lot of fun and it's scary. And then, but sorry, what he was saying was basically like when things like that happen, when vol is starting to compress and everything else, and then you start seeing the uptick in volatility and some of these more wild moves that we've seen, I think in some of the other commodities, it was kind of interesting. Like
Yeah.
what we saw in gold and what we're seeing right now currently with crude. So that's made this that kind of rang home a little bit for me because I think there is somebody who's just been making a killing doing nothing but sell volatility for the last 2 years, and I hate that person and organization and institution that has continued to find a way to make money on all these additional leverage products, also helping them with the vol compression.
I have a friend named Tim who does just that all the time. He's a very funny person on Twitter. The one that stuck out for me was because I'm very skeptical about the gamma llama in general, but it was hard to deny that NQ being flat, ES being flat, while Nvidia had that like minus 20% day or whatever. They had a name for that day. I forget what it was, but when it puked its brains out because compute was going to disappear and the indices didn't move. That example was like, yeah, all right, fair enough. Maybe this does exist. I'm going to pay attention to that.
They really hate us, don't they? They don't want anything to happen.
Kimberly, you're not allowed to keep data to yourself. That is against the policy of the YouTube chat. So it's like if you brought gum, you better have enough for everybody in here.
Now I think market's just gonna consolidate where we're at the rest of the day.
Probably.
Yeah, there's not much time left. We've not really haven't gone anywhere. NAS has still been hanging out at the IB low. ES still hanging out at its IB low. No direction. ES just, I mean, you look at it, it just looks sideways. So it's been sideways since like 11:30.
That's the rules, man. If you bring gum, you better have enough gum for everybody. Otherwise, don't say you have gum. I don't care. I don't trade crude anyway, so you can hold on to it. I just say that's why I don't mess with commodities, man. I mean, the whole game is like it's not what should happen and what actually happens are hardly ever the same thing. And if something actually ever does happen and the cult is wrong, they literally make a movie about it. And that's happened twice. It happened once with the housing crisis, and Michael Burry got his one moment. Now he gets to have a Substack. And it happened the second time with GameStop. And that movie wasn't as good as living that in real life. Let me be honest.
Yeah, that was still to this day like such a weird, insane couple weeks.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
And I fumbled a plethora of trades at that point because, like anything else, all these things were happening, and I thought more things were going to happen instead of us eventually reverting back to nothing ever happens. And all that happened was that everything just kept going up and up and up for the next like 6 months.
Oh yeah, the silver squeeze.
I would say, yeah, bring back the silver squeeze. Holy, that was insane.
Which silver squeeze? The one from last year?
Yeah, when basically the metals
Or
were going.
end
No,
of
it just
last year?
happened. Didn't it just happen?
Yeah, I was saying like towards the end of last year.
Yeah, but when
I don't know.
gold and silver were both just on an insane ripper.
All the props had to turn it off, which was funny.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Andy. That's what I'm here for, man. Jokes.
Hmm.
That's what today's PA is.
Jokes.
Jokes.
Do you think, okay, here's an honest question for you, Shuhari. Do you think that the moment that something that would allow you to bet on a private credit collapse becomes accessible to retail traders, do you think that is also the moment when that's actually going to happen? Or do you think that that would be the moment when it definitely will never happen? If you had to pick, which one do you think it would be?
Definitely not going to happen.
I'm trying to lay the breadcrumbs best I can.
If they offered credit, like something simple like a credit default swap on for with retail to be able to be that leveraged against the impending doom of private credit, then taxpayers would be bailing them out, I think, in the next like 48 hours. Not a chance. But we've seen weirder things happen.
It's true. I mean, that's also true. As much as I joke about this, the likelihood of literally anything happen is never zero. So the worst case scenario that you could ever possibly imagine, like a dinosaur coming in my window and eating my computer right now, so I can't flatten this trade, that is still possible. It might be tiny, 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 but the left tail risk of a dinosaur coming in here right now and eating my computer exists. So,
Hey, Trader 007, what's up? How you doing? Chat, just real quick, you saw it flash across screen. If you haven't hit that like button, bro, we're at 145 likes with 630 people watching, chat.
shame.
That's
Shame.
chat. I think can we start the week off on a good like swing here? Like, I mean, 140 likes with 615, chat. I mean, come on, we could do better. Let's see if we can get that like button to 300, chat. Think we can do it? 300? I think we can. I mean, over 600 people watching. We could do 300 easy, chat. Easy peasy. And as always, if you're not subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button.
There you go. Thank you, Trader 007. Thumb it up. What are you guys just saying hey to Joey and Nick and not saying hey to me? What's the deal? What's the deal with that? Are you waiting? I'm standing here too. This is very rude. Does this guy hate me or something? What did I do?
Yeah, clearly. You said something horrible to him in the past.
Trader 007 is one of my OGs.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, he's an OG in my community. He hangs out with me every morning.
Oh, that's cool. That's funny. What are we going to get to the algo and still not move? This is nuts.
I think that is a very big possibility.
All right.
I really do think we're just going to chop here the rest of the day.
Hey man, you calling for down? You think the algo is going to come stop me out? Feels. This is wild. This is a. This is a four. Wow. This is a 5-hour trade.
Wowzers. What was your entry?
This is an investment.
How much has it grown since you got on the air 2 hours ago?
It's actually back to exactly where it was when I got on 2 hours ago. So
as is NQ, because this is about where I entered.
Yeah, this is where you got short.
So nothing ever happens in the world of nothing ever happening. Like I wish more things were moving.
Nah, it's true. You're right. You're right, Hitman.
Like crude might be about to break the little consolidation that it's been in since 9 a.m. basically. But nothing. Yeah, everything is just kind of range bound today.
We got algo time coming up here in about 5 minutes.
Ken Charge says, do you guys know how to make the 9 EMA from the start of the session instead of fixed bar count? No, I don't, because I don't know how to do that. I don't use the 9 EMA, but I bet you could write that if you went and talked to Claude. I bet you could make your own 9 EMA that is session specific. I've had it do much more complicated things session specific wise, and it got it done very fast. So yeah, just go yell at Claude for a sec. I bet you can make that. That's like a dad joke, Kimberly. I'm going to use that later. Yeah, maybe Damon's. I guess that's right. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even realize that. Yeah. The 9 EMA is the, what would that be if you started it at the session? That'd probably just be VWAP.
Yeah, kind of.
XY pointed out that RTH VWAP and the 9 EMA tend to be best friends anyways. Well, I hope whoever asked me that question about the 9 EMA thing is happy that now I'm getting actually for something that I don't understand or didn't think about. I hadn't been actually yet today, and I like to do that at least once a day. So thank you, David.
DNL says watching from Mexico City and just subscribed.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, GG's.
Did you like it? Did you like it or just subscribe?
Like it, subscribe, tell your friends. We just crossed 200,000 subscribers like a couple weeks ago. And I'm sure we're going to be celebrating that eventually here in the coming weeks, months.
Makes me curious, chat. Who all is tuning? Who all is new? Who all is like maybe first, second, or third timers tuning into the stream? Let's get a little temp check here.
There we go. Actually, how about
Kelton,
this? What if you've never typed in the chat before, do it right now.
Met Soap says new. Kelly says third time today, if that counts. Shawnee says, watch up the Caribbean, new to trading. RDK says he's new.
Yeah. If you
That's
if you
cool.
if you have never actually said anything in the chat, please say hi one of these days.
Yeah,
And then
please.
you can go back into your cave after if that's what you want to do. But we are very fun, friendly people, and you don't ever feel obligated that you need to chime in or you have nothing to say. We would love to hear from all of you guys. I do 100% feel that.
Yeah, same.
Say
You can
hi,
at least
and then
you can
go
at
back to
least
being
give us a
silent.
good morning.
Yeah. Well, it's afternoon, but
That doesn't
Is
matter.
it?
That doesn't matter though.
Depending on where you are in the world, I guess.
Doesn't matter. It's still I say good morning to Stowe at 9:00 at night sometimes.
True. Yeah, there are
somewhere.
If you've ever wanted to ask a question, don't feel like you can't. And also, if you've asked a question and we didn't read it, like maybe we missed it because the chat goes quick sometimes, or also sometimes we're doing
Attention
a trading
traders,
thing.
it's algo time.
Thank you, Kane.
Thank you, Kane.
Yeah, but like, don't feel like you don't belong here because you belong here just as much as we do. So ask
definitely.
questions, say hi, make fun of me, make fun of Nick for sure.
Yep. And do know this. You do not feel bad or like this is a stupid question. I shouldn't ask this because I promise you this. Between me, XY, and Stowe, we have asked some of the dumbest questions imaginable to people like Leo and others, and God knows the team behind the scenes. So
Yes.
don't feel shameful or bad that you have potentially a dumb question or something that seems so simple to everyone else, and you're afraid to ask it. Trust me, we've asked dumber questions everywhere before.
Still do.
Yeah, I literally asked. I think I asked Savannah something really dumb. I can't remember what it is off my head, but it was like so obvious when I said it. I was like, "Oh wait, I already know the answer to this." That's the best too. Is like I did it in person versus like over an email or a text or something. No,
makes me
I
happy.
literally
I
asked
like
it face
that.
to face.
I like that. That's
But
good.
as soon as I said it, I was like, I already know the answers to this. That was a really stupid question.
That's cheating, Yoda. It's
Yeah.
unfair to benefit from my dumb questions without asking your own dumb questions.
Yeah. Trust me, we still ask Leo dumb questions about trading all the damn time.
Dumb questions are a lot like gum. You better have brought some for everybody if you have some.
Dumb questions can be very informative, though. They can really, you can really go into the trenches on answering those.
Absolutely.
Algo time was a complete nothing.
As was majority of this afternoon.
Is this 7,100? It's got to be.
Oh yeah.
Is
Obviously.
it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Even though we are in past OPEX and into the window of weakness and still 2 months away or 2.5 months away from the next JP Morgan caller shenanigans, Twitter raid that people go on. Yeah, we're still pinning 7,100 apparently.
That's fine. It's just the fairest price to exist since yesterday. That's fine. It's fine. Market.
It's fun.
I feel fine.
Game update says took 3 trades today, won 2 of them. Let's go.
There you go.
Now the bigger question is what's the game and how long is the update? I made this account when I was 12. I'm 30 now, but still using the same YouTube account name.
Wait a minute. So, okay, what games were you updating 18 years ago? What was
Yeah,
that?
I
What was
gotta
that?
know. I gotta know.
That's still relevant to my interests. So please, were we doing like Tomb Raider walkthroughs? How old am I? 40, 18 years ago, 22. What was around when I was 22? You're right, Fractal. Oh, God, I feel 1,000 years old. Fair enough.
Wait,
Let's see what that.
did we miss a question by Coach Fred?
I don't know.
Is
Sorry,
there
Coach Fred, did you ask a question?
Um,
You must have.
scary? Coach
Scary,
Fred,
no
buying
answers.
is blue or red on Delta. Buying is blue. Selling would be red. At
Yeah,
least
Mark.
how Stowe and I have our charts.
Yeah.
sorry, Coach Fred. Didn't mean to miss you.
See, that's how easy it can be. It doesn't mean that we meant to, but we just missed it.
You guys got to understand. I'm looking at a lot of things at the same time, and as I'm scanning the chat, every once in a while, I don't see everything.
All right. 55 algo, double or nothing. Said nothing. Okay.
Yeah, we're just we're gonna close right here. I'm betting we see how much time we got. 4 minutes. I'm gonna say we close at 7:20.
Which part of the DOM do you pay the most attention to? I think I am probably looking at the at bid and at ask columns the most. Beyond that, the poll stack, but this is what I'm looking at, this white box, which I also clear manually with the hotkey. So I'm watching this white box, see where it's crossing, see who's filling what, and then watch this poll stack next to it to see if this, it's not really something we can look at right now because it's the end of the day. We're just going to close right here probably. But we would watch this get walked up. You can see orders getting stacked here. So you're watching the white box cross the spread into the offer side. So that's buying. And then you watch the reaction here. Are they pulling off? Are they getting filled? That sort of stuff. So this is how I see the aggressiveness, engage the aggressiveness of buyers or sellers in real time. And then I'm also glancing at, the resting liquidity as well as the refreshing liquidity. Is it pretending it's going to go up and get that guy? We'll get it. We're going to do it. What do we got? 49.75? Okay. Well, it's about time, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
Hey guys,
Welcome back.
I
Not
thought I'd
much.
try something new.
I got an amazing stat though.
Oh, okay. What do we got?
I have been sober since the Miami meetup.
Wow, good job.
Wow.
Congrats.
48
some-
hours. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Need some confetti for that one.
Oh
It's
my
not bad.
goodness.
It's not bad.
But the
I mean-
pictures on X circulating are great.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah.
There's pictures out there.
Yeah.
I got a couple sent to me. I thought, well, Shab texted me while we were streaming just now, and I was like, I don't think I said anything bad. Did I say the F word? Did I say what happened? But it was just a picture of me and Selma, so that was nice.
By the way, Kimberly's on fire in the chat. Kimberly's got to come to the next meetup. We need to vote on that. That needs to be a poll question.
Do we get it? Are we gonna get it? We are gonna get it.
Probably just gonna close at a new high or something.
Dude,
Come on, man.
Nice little buy up here in the last minute market.
Sure has been. Go ahead. Why not? Why not us?
Interesting.
Yeah, spoos are almost at 7150. It's trading between the 50s. 7100, 7150. There we go. I went short, Joey. Tried to get the 700s like you
In
suggested.
reaction to the bell itself, we still got that guy. Now we got some guy at 50.25.
See what
Never
we-
over, Stowe. It's
745.
never over. Oh, man. What are you going to do, Stowe? Are you hanging in there or what?
No. I probably shouldn't.
You got it. You got an hour.
Did earnings start?
Earnings started.
Yes.
Is there earnings right now?
Yeah.
After the bell?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but the big ones don't start till
Yeah,
Wednesday.
there's no blockbuster ones, man. I'm sure your trade's good.
I will keep it on.
All right. I
And
like
this
it.
way, when Pax is like, why didn't you keep that trade on? I can be like, I did keep it on. You weren't watching. You were in the chat that day. So, good.
Oh my God. Well, great job, you guys. Let's give these guys a round of applause.
Let's go.
So tomorrow, we have a great lineup tomorrow. Our special guest, we're gonna have who's gonna be with us tomorrow? So me, Maggie, Shy, and Craig is kicking it off. Alex Campbell is our special guest. He's been on before. He's a macro guy. He's really funny. He's really good. I'm looking forward for that conversation with Alex. T Trades is going to be a talk tape. And then trading the open, we have Jack and Christian are going to be trading the open. But then soon after that, they're going to be joined, and Nick's coming back. They're going to be joined by Nick and Selma.
Nice.
So that'll be fun. And then trading the close, Joey's coming back. Joey will be with us to trade the close with XYZ and Leo. So a heck of a lineup there. If my count is right, that's 6 different live traders tomorrow, which is going to be awesome, man. Thank you guys for doing this.
Sweet.
Let's go. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, and it's going to get, I mean, don't forget, I know we're in the Fed blackout period and no one cares about the Fed anymore. And then we have the Fed meeting next Wednesday. But as you mentioned, everyone's, earnings season has started and it's going to start ramping up. So there should be some interesting effects of that as well.
That was another key takeaway from, or at least my key takeaway from Saturday's fireside chat. I don't think the Fed. Yeah, the Fed is. I don't know. I think we've moved on from the Fed.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. And Danielle was brutal.
Oh, man. Well, if they get so insignificant, maybe they'll let me license their images for those trading cards.
Now is the time to ask.
Could be a win-win.
Yeah. Now it's time. If you look at the Fed funds tool at the CME Group, it's suggesting there'll be no rate cut or hike until July 2027, and we're in 2026. I think, pretty sure.
Jim, I really missed an opportunity to ask Danielle how stupid my Fed trading card idea would have been, didn't I? I should have done that. Oh,
I
man.
missed a lot of opportunities.
If you do it as a parody, I think you could do it without the permission.
All right.
So think of that.
All
Any
right.
event,
Tracy, if you're watching, slide me Danielle's email. I have a very important question to ask her.
oh my goodness. Stream side, there's probably going to be some videos floating around about with her talk with Cam floating around. So follow the X streams for everybody. Having said all that, we're way in overtime. Mission Control, the production guys have been doing this since like 5:30 this morning. They're probably like throwing darts at my picture right now. Are you going to finish this so we can go home? So let's let those guys go home. Most important message, folks, of the day, as usual, please be safe out there. Be good to each other, and we'll see you soon.
Better
Thanks,
chat.
guys.